coding myself stuff and playing with
All right,
sound.
just so you know, we hit the live button here, so we're on YouTube now. Who knows who the hell's going to be watching us? But I didn't mean to cut you off there. But anybody who just joined us, hello. We're talking crypto, algos, and just having fun on a Saturday night. Jeremy and I are probably going to be talking a little bit about building out the Davo indicator. Here's Davo himself. One of our longtime site members and students, and we're just jibber jabbering away here, just having fun. If you're watching this on YouTube and you feel like throwing in your 2 cents, you're more than welcome. All right, guys, nice to see you both.
Hey there.
Hi, Dave.
Hey, Dev. So we were working away, and I hold on a second. I'll put the TV on mute.
So are you doing this on TV? I mean, on TradingView? Sorry.
I'm just using TradingView as because Sjord has done a couple screens, and he's just sort of trying to build out this W Hunter. And I thought I could post these on in the lounge, but you told me that when I post those stuff in the lounge, you don't even see that stuff, eh?
No, we only see link.
Oh, that's weird. Sorry, I didn't even realize that. So this was one of them that came up on Sjord's screen. And you got to understand, and this is why I was asking you guys specifically, we got to translate this idea into something that the computer can understand. It's actually really easy for us to visually see this. But how do we translate that into computerese? So when Sjord did his scan, he's just simply said over the past 8 days, do we have a situation where Williams percentage R makes a pivot and then rallies away from that and then tests that low and then turns and moves up through the middle part of that. If that happens on the Williams percentage R, the modified one, the OBV, then the algo just goes to the next step and it asks, is the indicator above the moving average, which in this case it was. And when this happened, of course, this scanned on this day right here, right? And on that day is price above the 20-day moving average. Because I remember, Dav, you told me that you kind of like to have them come in when they're above that 20-day moving average. Was that correct?
It was more of like the basis of a Bollinger Band. So the basis
that's what Bollinger Band midpoint is.
Is the basis 20-day moving average? I didn't know that.
Let's go. Where should we put this?
I think Bollinger Band just ATR translated into the chart.
Average true range?
Yeah, some kind of average true range translated into the chart around the bar.
I could have swore it was just the midpoint between the two bands.
Well, yeah, but the band, Da Vinci, the bands are standard deviations away from the 20-period moving average. So, but I could be wrong here, so no big deal. So you notice that when you set the Bollinger Bands, your indicator, your modifier is this 20.
Okay.
Basically, the length of the moving average that's recorded. Now, I may be off on that, but the easiest way for us to see that is, whatever asset this is Bitcoin. Let's just go and throw, I may be completely wrong. Go and throw a 20-period moving average.
Moving average, yeah.
It might be like exponential or something. I don't know. Okay, so there is with the moving.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's the Bollinger Band.
Yeah.
So Okay, so there's the Bollinger Band, and there is moving average. I think they're the same. I look the same, Dad?
That's the same.
Yeah. Okay. So Coach Brian actually knows what he's doing.
Yes.
Well, I was worried about that for a second. Okay, so that was why. Now, I thought this was interesting. When we just simply told the computer, find W's in OBV, you see the W? Down, up, down, up. You see the W there?
Yes.
Okay, same
It
thing
is
on the Williams percentage R. Down, up, down, up. And are they both above their moving averages? Yes. And was price above the 20 MA? Yes. So I can understand why the computer came back with a, this is what you asked me for. But this isn't really what we're asking for, is it?
No, it's not.
Right? I mean, we're at the top of the range. Do I really want to be buying up here? I don't know. You know, we already have some bearish structure working here on both of these indicators. Do we really want to be getting involved in that? So this is why I asked you in the lounge, you know, what we need to do, and it's totally awesome, and somebody's giving us a toast. Why is it whenever Thomas is on camera, he never has any clothes on?
Me?
I shudder to think if what would happen if you tilted the camera. I know, yeah, exactly. Thomas, just be careful. This is on YouTube, right? And he's like, "Oh shit!"
You guys hear me?
Yeah, there you are. Now we can hear you.
Okay, nice. That's good. That's all right.
All right.
Good.
You're half in the bag. Are you half in the bag?
Me?
Yeah, I don't know. Are you having a glass of wine or a couple or
Oh,
something?
that's just a scotch. I decided to stay in and cook some weird shit. Brewing my own kombucha and making sauerkraut.
Okay.
So might as well turn you on and listen while I'm doing that.
Okay. Well, nice.
I'm going to have the scotch too.
All right, I'm gonna lose you all now.
Awesome. I'll show Dad when he gets back. Pretty delicious. I picked it up in the duty-free store there in Paris.
Well, you gotta wait for him to come back. I don't know. There you are.
I'm opening up a DC. I hear you guys. I'm opening up DCO. Oh wow.
This one is delicious.
Yes, that looks good. Have you ever had Valentine's 30-year-old Valentine's? That is amazing.
I'm actually planning on picking that up this Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how much it is, but do you know how much it is?
It is about anywhere between $300 to $400.
That would be the most amount of money I've ever spent on by like 3 times.
You players.
I don't know if
All right, Jeremy, you wanted to go to bed. Do you want to maybe throw in your 2 cents of how we can make, you know, computer-wise, how we can make maybe a little more refined?
Yeah, my thinking was because all the indicator can be stretched up, down, right, left. If you look for angle, it's going to be really hard. But if you tell him, okay, the move, for example, on the Willy needs to be at least 20 points on the Willy, and so you start at -5 or whatever. I don't know where. Yeah, just after.
Well, see, I mean, I don't like this. This isn't what, and I wanted to find. I had a really good example of one the other day. And I have a feeling it was on the stock market. Where are we? And it was just a much better example of what we kind of want to look for. Darn, I can't find it. It'll be around here somewhere. Yeah, fudge. Anyway, I really, I just wanted to demonstrate to Dav, and this is why I wanted you guys thinking and offering your suggestions. I think I understand. I had showed you guys an image earlier, right? And I don't know whether I'm gonna. Actually, I had it on this James. Right. Seward was asking, do we maybe what we do is we ask. Do we require a certain percentage move back of this first leg? Like maybe that's how we can start the calculation process off or something.
Yeah, that's the most correct thing. So maybe say the first initial move need to be 20 points from the indicator. Then after that, the retrieve needs to be 30%. So out of the 20 points, so that makes 6 points. And after that, you must go up 10% or 20, but not higher than the first.
Have you done any sort of coding like that, Jeremy, with any of your algos?
Yeah, a little.
Yeah.
And that's the way I would look at it, because if you want to try to look at any of those angles, you just have to stretch the indicator wide.
Yeah, I don't think you can do it by like angle reference.
Yeah, and that's get too much screwed up.
And I could see one like going up and then slowly going, and then just a quick little up and then a down.
And what the computer can spot easily in code is also the top and the bottom.
Yeah.
Those values you can catch easy. So with those values, if you say those values must be at least X point, after that you can base all the rest of the M, W, or whatever on that. And
so Dev, did you post one here in the lounge recently? What's this? This is what you thought was a pretty good example of one?
Yeah, it's a decent example, but not quite 100%, because I wouldn't count that one as a dabble, because break through the top there.
Yeah, it didn't go up through the moving average, eh?
Yeah.
That too, but also it didn't pass the peak.
This level right here.
Yeah, exactly.
And you required it over these 5 bars?
It doesn't have to be 5 bars, but 5 bars is my maximum, actually.
Maximum?
Too many. Yeah, too many after 5.
Ah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
You'll give the mark, and on the 5th bar, you want to see ideally, you want to see the breakout. And so the question is, this actually looks like this move from here to here. This move, and we probably should label these. This is why the harmonic guys call this like X to A to B to C, right?
Yeah.
But this, in your example here, this bounce back was quite a bit more than 30% of this move here, right?
Yes, it was actually greater than. So I'm thinking, you know what? I've never really thought about this. Maybe I should include into it a certain height. It might not be valid. I never even thought about that.
And about the height, if I can put my 2 cents again. For the wheelie, it's easy because the scale is from 0 to 100 or minus 100. But for the OBV, that's the scale is totally moving.
It's an arbitrary number.
Yeah. To have a scale from which you can refer, you can say, okay, I'm looking back at the last 100 candle, and I take the low and the high from the last 100 candle, and that's my scale. I don't know if you understand what I mean.
On the OBV, you mean?
Yeah, so that you make a fixed scale, and out of that you can say the move need to be at least 20%, 20 point, or whatever. So you have a scale to start with also.
Yeah, if anything though, I'm wondering whether maybe that actually brings up a really good point, guys, because these are going to be different. It's going to be harder to figure out what a percentage is on OBV, isn't it?
On OBV, that the way I will do it is to make a scale from 0 to 100 with the look back on X bar. So you say, okay, we look back on the last 20 bar, last 50 bar, we take the low, we take the high. The low is the 0, the high is the 100, and that's our scale that we scale down to the right number. and we do that math.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
see the
That's smart. And so I hope you don't
You say,
mind.
I do the scale on 50 bar, and for example, the M or the W must be on 5 bar or 10 bar or whatever. And after that, you say the size of the W need to be 10%, 20% of the scale. What the first leg need to be 20% of this first or the scale or whatever. And it's like that. You can translate that to the same rules, either for the really or for any other indicator, because you will have a fixed set of heights that will always be the same, and the scale will adjust itself, and that's good for those kind of indicator also, I think, because those indicators usually reflect the kind of a EMA moving average. That's would if it, when it move much, the scale would be bigger. So the move wouldn't be. So it scale as much as the move. So that's a good trick. Also, when I cut different stuff, I usually do that, and I take height and low on the daily basis, weekly basis, and stuff like that. And that's very good to have some scale, and that gives you also some kind of true range, if you can say, of those indicators at the current state.
So what do you think? I think what'll have to happen is we're going to have to sort of run a bunch of different sort of test cases. One where we use filter for 10% of this move, the bounce, and everything else plays out. Then we're going to have to do one of 20%, one of 30%, one of 40%. Figure out where the best results sort of come in.
Normally,
what do you think is sort of like a good starting point? Like if we did like a 20-day of this range, and this happens to be 0 to 120,000. What do you think would be sort of a good starting point for Sjord to start screening?
For the scale, maybe also what you think is good for a cycle, because the scale would reflect the cycle, I think.
Well, that's
so depends the time frame.
I think what your suggestion makes sense is we're just going to take I think OBV itself works off of what, like is it 20 or 50 days? I can't remember, but I wouldn't be surprised. Let's just say the 50-day range, right? And then we figure our scale. So my question is, what do you think is a good starting point to start screening these? Is it 20%? Is it 30%? Is it 50%?
Maybe go at least a third.
A third, eh?
Yeah, at least a third. So you have some movement after that to not have too much of flat W or flat M.
Okay. So that's Sjord, when you watch this later on, that's, I think, probably our starting point.
Yeah.
Let's pick a reference point on the OBV to sort of build the base value, the top value. And as Jeremy suggests, we create a scale, an index, if you will, turn this into a percentage. And then our first screen, I think, just like you had pointed out on your image, wherever the hell it was. Didn't I show it to you guys? But anyway, let's just start. Oh, darn, I had it just handy. Yeah, there it is. Let's start with maybe like 25%. And then the following leg, if it's an M, all it has to be is just be, let's say greater than 10% off of these lows, or maybe even like half. Let's say at least half. So if the starting model is 30, then half of whatever that is. And just simply put, this high cannot be higher than that high. It has to be an M.
Yeah.
This high being lower than that high.
I think you need the last leg down in order to get the. You also need the next leg down.
Well, the key there is just, do we have the indicator break this low, right? The signal's generated down here, right? I think Sjord got that licked, and I think he's got the computer, and I like the idea of them being above the moving average, and I like it being above the 20. I'm just wondering whether maybe we should throw in something like a 200 period moving average and only consider ideas that are like below the 200 period moving average or something. I'm not too comfortable about buying in up at the top of a range like this. So.
If I can just when I said 30%, I meant the first leg, not the second leg. 30% of the total scale. So he gave you,
You
yeah,
mean like here,
yeah, this
we
today,
had like an initial move.
yeah,
In this case, it's an M top.
yeah,
So your OBV from the low of the past 100 days,
yeah.
it would be this low down here, whatever that is, and this
Maybe
high would
lower,
be
but
pretty recent, right?
yeah, but this from the top of this M to the bottom of the first M, no, left, the left part,
Here.
yeah, here, from here to here. That's, I think, we should be at least 33% of the total scale we create just before. So that the size,
Yeah, actually, but we were looking at opposites, right? In this case, it would be looking for a short idea. So we just happen to be looking for long ideas here. So that's a bit misleading.
the same thing.
Well,
This,
you have to
the
remember
first,
that the dabble does work at the top of the range too. I just don't take them.
Okay, well then that's good to know. That's good to know. I had a chart on here. I thought just a moment ago of it. Where the hell did it go? You wanted to say something more? Oh yeah, here, like Da Vinci's chart here. So I was thinking this bar from 1 to 3 is 30% of this entire range. Is that not what you were thinking, Jeremy?
I was thinking even something more complex, maybe. I was thinking take the total range, the high and the low. Maybe it could be higher, maybe it could be lower. This time that it is this time it is that range.
Yeah.
And I was thinking that the 0 point that would be just go no
Would
at
be
the right just before the one, the
Right
a
here?
candle before, yeah. From here to the 0 to the 1 point, that move should be at least 30% of the scale to be detected as a start valid, maybe beginning of a W or M, depending the way it go. And after that, you say the next leg, 1 to 2 or 1 to 3, need to be 60 or 20, 40 or whatever percent of the first. And the rest is obvious because you have the top that need to be below or above if it's a W or M. And the rest,
Not interesting. So you would
see how
actually it's important for you, and you say that this should be 30% of the entire range, implying that there was a massive spike at the very end of the move. Is that what you mean?
I think that it
correct.
would makes trade safer and would put the signal stronger. Would make the signal stronger.
All right, so Sjord, I think that was a
as
really
almost-
interesting point that Jeremy just made, Sjord. So I think maybe we say, because you probably understand him better than I do.
And all that point to Da Vinci liking M and W very well design.
Okay, I didn't
Gotta look
understand
really
that at
perfect.
all.
That's why the M's and W's have to look perfect. So, for example, in that example, you can see the W is like a lot cleaner, but it's cleaner than the ones you were showing, the M that you were showing us.
No, I know. This is garbage. We can't use this, right?
Ridiculous.
Totally.
Right? So,
And I wanted to show
mean-
you guys, but I just threw this together so quickly. But I wanted to show you guys a couple Davos that I've seen recently that have been fairly well telegraphed. And frankly speaking, this isn't bad. The only difference in what I've told Sjord is I want the OBV, to have broken above the moving average on this move.
exactly.
And
Exactly.
and I also
That's
am moving
powerful.
on Willie as well. It's just we have to really articulate for the computer, because keep in mind it's not Sjord we're talking to. We're trying to talk to a computer here, and the computer needs to understand what it is we're thinking.
And when I was saying the initial move need to be strong, it's also because M and W, when they are valid, are usually what? A sign of divergence. And it's meaning that the first move was stronger than the second one, and that the reversal is coming.
Yeah, ideally, if we can find this as divergences, that's super good.
So when the first move is strong, and the second one is weaker, it's already by itself a sign of divergence, not even looking maybe at price. And if you can confirm by at the price that at this point the price were also divergent because it was not higher or not lower, in that you could easily compare in code. That could be very powerful and a good way to put aside many bad trade.
Okay, so Stuart, there's another thing that Jeremy just said that you probably are going to understand a lot better than I understand.
If you have a question, you can post me PM.
Totally cool, because I mean, I would love to get our computer recognizing these M's and W's in the market, but I'll tell you, man, it's difficult. It is not easy.
Oh yeah, I know. I did some work with RSI and stuff like that.
Just a little bit of work, eh?
Yeah, and some of the color candle. Now NASCO can see the divergence just by looking at the candle.
Yeah,
totally.
Totally.
You say, okay, look, the next candle is higher, but it's not light up like the previous one. That's a divergence in the RSI.
Okay, so here's another one that the computer saw last night. And I think that if we really zoom in, that these lows are the same, Dav. It kind of looks like this low is lower than that low, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
But I think, I don't see the computer making that mistake. So let's assume that this low is either the same or higher than this low. In this case, you can see the W that came in there and the W that came in there, assuming that it is. And price was above the 20-period moving average. So how could we critique this? I mean, would you even consider, if this low is higher than that low, would you consider this a Davo?
Yes, I would, because it looks Davo. It's not something I would take, because look at where the Willie is, right? I mean, it's already gone stupid.
So is that something that you would you would tell the computer you can't consider it if the moving average is above, say, 30? I don't know.
But the problem is I've seen those actually continue going up.
Yeah.
What? How does that possibly happen, right?
Yeah. Well, I remember what we say, right? Just Willie being stupid alone is not enough of a reason. Sometimes you can remain stupid for a while, right?
For me, the computer should almost look at a little bit bigger and look for it to make a big M.
So what does that mean? Maybe because these highs are lower than these highs? I wonder, like, again, I mean, I can understand what you're saying. I can understand what both of you were saying, but how do we get the computer to understand this?
For me, the computer should be looking at, like, it could be a M starting at from the Willie at the scale like -40 or something like that, just below where you cycle it.
-40? Right.
Yeah, that's right. At your right here. You go to your right. Yeah, here. That's the start of the
okay.
That's the start of the M. Up, down, up, but not higher.
Yeah.
And if it crossed down below the middle point you circle, that's the M for me.
Yeah. So how do we
especially because you have a divergence that the first one is much higher and the price didn't.
Well, yeah, we got a divergence here and here. I mean, this is what I really need Stuart to have the computer see.
But it can catch it because it can catch the price at the beginning of the M, at the top of the M, at the second top, and you can see that the price was maybe, it could catch it with the price at those moments and see if the price compared to where is the price compared to those.
Yeah, but that's a separate project altogether, so I don't want to confuse. What I really wanted to do with this conversation is try and get Dav's input as to what a respectable signal versus marginal signals look like in his eyes, because this is his indicator.
Yeah, that's why I put
And just throw a couple ideas at you to just sort of get some feedback. And Jeremy, I love the input, because you are a coder, and you probably what you say actually, Stuart probably will understand what you're actually saying better than I will. So thank you guys both. It doesn't have to be a long conversation on this, but actually I really appreciate you guys just giving your feedback. So, any parting thoughts on this that we should have Stuart think about as he's trying to build this out?
Yeah, I think we got it all. I just want to reiterate that you want to leave it the smallest amount of candles that you possibly can, because that's where the signal's the most powerful. But we can stretch it out, 5 candles, but I generally don't see it as working as well as it does with 4 candles. 4 candles, 5 candles you can get away with, but 5 periods basically.
Four bars. 4 bars would be ideal. Is that what I heard you say?
Yes, 4 bars would be ideal.
I think there's something that maybe we should start with, right? Because we have been, these are actually developing over a little longer period, especially like this one took a while to play out. So I don't know whether that's too long. So and then Jeremy's interesting thoughts about this happening at the end of the move of extremes, because this is actually near the top of the extreme. I don't know whether we can consider it. And same thing here, actually on both of these, market's awfully toppy here. I don't know, it's interesting, but thank you very much for the input, guys.
The 5 bar
on the previous chart.
Sorry, the 5 bar Da Vinci is speaking about in code would be called look back.
Yeah.
Just for storage end.
Okay.
So if you could circle a bunch of like W's there on the Willy. Are actually clean.
I like this one
here. Like you can circle.
I like this one here.
One there. That one, yeah, it's a good enough. I mean, I'd be like, okay, I might take that, right? And there's one in the Willy there, but it doesn't show up in the OBV. That's also a good W, just to give them an idea of what. Yeah, so I mean, those are the ones that actually look like a W are the best. The ones you want to really consider.
They gotta really look like W's. Like this is ideally what I'd love to see. If we see this,
that's the most ideal.
Moving average cross a little bit tighter, and OBV putting in a nice, sexy little W, that would just be peaches and cream.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I was kind of hoping, and maybe I don't know, Thomas. Can you take a couple minutes and just maybe tell the world what you think is going to happen with Bitcoin? Do you feel like talking to the world here for a minute? And I'm just going to try and find a Davo here on my charts. Anybody feel like telling the world what they think is going to happen in the market? I'm the only one who seems to be pig-headed enough to actually go out and tell the people what I think is going to happen.
Well, I mean, I can speculate. Right,
Bitcoin
doesn't a little heavy.
You're presenting to everyone, I think. So, Davo, you got the floor. I'm gonna try and find a Davo on my chart.
I was looking at short. Sorry, do you want to go ahead and speak, Jeremy?
Yeah, sorry. I was going to say on those looking for the forex, I still see Australian and New Zealand weak.
Yeah, did you see JC? He basically shorted, and on that one broker account, he publicized it and he was tweeting about it. He totally shorted the top on that Australian dollar. Brilliant trade, JC. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead, Dav.
I think I did that too. The Aussie dollar against Canadian. Was it?
Well, he's trading
Are we
Aussie
gone?
US dollar, but you might have been doing Aussie Canadian. Totally cool.
Yeah, I got in on that, and I got out pretty good. Made out pretty good. Anyways, looking at Bitcoin, hit the load zone
Show us the
from
chart. Show us the
last
chart.
minute. Hang on. Let me just get the charts. Not ready for this. Here, let me just switch to
Come
my
on,
screen.
Thomas. You could do a stand-up routine. Thomas, you want to give us 5 minutes? Your spiel.
Yes, Thomas.
Hey, and you can put your charts together, Dab, if you want. Does anybody want to
Okay,
take the
let's see.
ball?
See right here. Okay, can you guys see my screen or no? Or is it just too much? Too big?
Let's see.
Can anybody
Oh,
see
there
my
you go. Okay, we're seeing your screen now. All right, tell us the story. Once upon a time.
So I was looking at taking this, mountain man right here, just taking the short, and risking to halfway point. But I mean, mountain man. I mean, you need a stomach of steel, and I just could not stomach it. And look what happened. Bitcoin just fell apart. Now, of course, this is a big, gigantic M, right? All learned in class, right? I can draw one M here. Let's see here. I got the color. Right? Is this a drawing tool? Let me take off the magnets. So right there is M. It's like the market really smiling at you right here, right? You could pretty much take from here, right, where this mountain man is short down, but that's kind of scary too, because I wouldn't want to be stuck in this range here where this is a reload zone.
What is that? Bitcoin you're looking at?
Look at Bitcoin.
All right, check this out. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. Is this
Right
not?
here.
Is this not a devil? Look at what's happening
Yes,
here.
It is.
And here. Is that not?
I just wouldn't. It's not. See that M down there? It's really flat. I prefer to see it a clean.
Yeah, it's close, eh? It's awfully close.
Yeah, if it was a little bit high, if it was just a little higher. I
Hey,
would have been
Thomas, are
happy
you
to
short
take
right now?
dabble. Thomas is short from 750.
I remember I was squawking to the world about this potential inside bar here, right? Look how this is playing out. Shit. I was tweeting a guy earlier, and I don't know. Hey, Thomas, are you around? Thomas? Oh, you knucklehead. All right. I was tweeting out earlier. Some guy was asking about where did I think crypto was going. Where the hell was it? Darn. Of course, I can never find this stuff when I want it. And I'll stop talking in a second. As soon as I just show you this, Dav. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No problem. But if you notice, on my dabble here, it didn't break the what's it called? The EMA, the moving average. So
can you maximize whatever chart it is you're looking at? Which chart are you looking at?
Sure. Right here, look at this. Right here on the daily, you can see. Right here, it didn't break.
Hey, Joby. Joby, I'm gonna put you on mute, Slick. Oops. Not what I wanted. Okay. Sorry, Da Vinci, go ahead.
Break the it didn't break the what's it called, the moving average here of the, and so I was like, oh great.
What happens if
go just a little bit lower.
what happens if we go and
Powerful.
confirm this massive M on both of these here?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. That's what we learn in your class. That
Well, to hell with my class. You're at the point now where actually I love actually just listening to your interpretations of the market. You worked with me long enough. I think just, tell me what you think you see happening here. I think
well, I think if we break that,
it feels beautifully, Da Vinci. Tell me what you see.
well, I think if we can break through this reload zone here, then you could pretty much draw a AB equals CD kind of thing here, maybe, and then come up with a target or a potential reversal zone, or a place for a target clone. Here, but unfortunately, right? I mean, it doesn't give you much room for a profit here, and because you have to risk to these highs.
Well, that's why I really like that inside bar reversal. That really was, I thought that was a cute little short entry, but it would have meant on your chart going short at the POC, and you know who hates that. Okay, here, this one. This is what I wanted to show you guys. So everybody check out Da Vinci's AB equals CD, and I love this because this is basically exactly what I did for somebody else later on today. So it's interesting on Phoenix, when I zoom out through this entire range, the POC is actually down there. Isn't that interesting? 660. And it's interesting too. I noticed that Bitcoin futures, when we were at that level, Bitcoin loved $666. I don't know whether you guys noticed that. I found that quite amusing. Bitcoin just loved to sit right on that 666.
I noticed that too. I find that kind of scary.
Well, what I think it is, this is the way I interpret it. I think actually there's a lot of power in numbers. There's a lot of power in mathematics. I mean, like serious power. You can do things like Tesla, right? Like literally create free energy. If you understand math and you understand engineering and you understand physics. But there's a lot of people in this world that don't want the public to have that kind of power, to have that kind of knowledge. I think I told you guys this once. Have you ever seen those, if you actually speak the Jewish alphabet in a correct tone, when you say the letters, you can actually make sand form the actual fucking letters. Did you know that? You guys ever seen that before?
No.
Yeah, it's freaky shit.
That's real?
Yeah, it's totally for real. So I think there's a lot of power in harmonic resonance. And I kind of believe that assets have, a life force unto their own. Like Bitcoin, it's almost like an organism. And so as a result, it has to follow all of these sort of natural laws and natural behavioral patterns, and this sort of resonance kind of idea. And I think over time, what's the easiest way to make sure that an uninformed body doesn't explore, doesn't question, doesn't experiment with ideas? What's the easiest way to do that? Any thoughts? Anybody? Especially you, Mr. Da Vinci, like banking system, conspiracies, and all that, right? Fear, very good.
Yeah, I have some. I just don't. I don't.
Right. James just got it right, hit nail on the head. And so what are people afraid of, right? I think at the end of the day, everyone's afraid of death and what's going to happen to them after death, and nobody knows, right? So what's the easiest way to control a populace to make sure that they don't explore things, they don't do things, they just wrap all this fear and they my old man, he used to say, this was his belief, he used to say, I believe that God is everything that we just simply don't understand. I thought that was an interesting perspective, but in a weird sort of way, I can kind of understand that, where if people don't understand things and they see stuff that just is beyond their comprehension, then they get very fearful, and because they're uncertain, and they don't have any guidance because nobody else around them can explain this and control it. And so as a result, it sort of instills panic. And I can understand why the higher ups, the sort of people that are, call them whatever they will. I suppose Dav would call them Clintons, but that's a whole other conversation. But anyway, the easiest way to get the population not to pay attention to these kind of things is label them witchcraft, label them evil, give them all sort of negative stigmatism to keep people away from it. And I think that's kind of what's happened historically around this number 666. I have a funny feeling it actually is pretty important in the universe. And there's probably a lot of different sort of mathematical relationships and harmonic relationships around that number. And as a result, it doesn't surprise me to see Bitcoin hover around that level and kind of like that level. Anyway, that's
so by you're saying really is by saying that 666 is evil from it when it has special powers.
Just so you know, Dav, when you have your camera on, your audio really cuts out badly. So, I mean, I love seeing your pretty face, but it's tough to hear you.
Okay. So, is that better?
Yeah, that's much better, yeah. So what were you saying just a moment ago?
No, I was saying that, so what you're saying is 666 actually has significant meaning and power because, and it was only turned into an evil number away from it because it has some specific power to it.
Yeah, I think so.
That's what you're saying?
Yeah, kind of like James just pointed out, Brian's crazy obsession with the 13 period EMA. I think the number 13 has a really, really important role in our universe. Maybe it's a derivative of 1.272, I don't know. 1.3. But, like I love using the 13 EMA, and it's proven its worth to me over my career, so I'm just going to keep using it. But it's weird. Nobody in the investing universe, they don't even like using the number. It's weird. I don't understand why. Anyway, but
that's huge insight.
That's a good similarity. You mentioned that, James. Sorry, what were you saying, Doug?
I'm just saying that's huge insight. I mean, I think everybody can learn from that. Numbers that we all put.
You guys,
right?
now you guys have all been watching me go kind of nutso over these EVUs over the past 6 months. Have you guys seen the power of these goddamn EVUs? I think Bitcoin topped on a fucking EVU. And yet when I put tweets out about it and stuff, it's incredible the negative feedback I get when I put tweets out about those EVUs. And that's another example. It's like stuff that it's, and Gann himself, even when he first studied it, he said, the public's just not ready for this. They can't handle it. And I think, there used to be a guy that we used to do YouTube videos with years ago. Oh, what the hell was his name? He had a funny name. Anyway, he used to Flabber. You remember that guy? Any of you remember that guy? Maybe it might have been way before you guys. Anyway, he used to always talk about sacred geometry. He was really into sacred geometry. And Freemasons and all that kind of shit, right? I think that there is power in numbers, and I would love to be able to somehow figure out how that power works. Do you guys ever see the Coral Castle in Florida? You guys ever? Well, and it's just yet another guide, Da Vinci, right? It's not something that you set your watch to, but when we're heading into an event, you should be looking for some sort of pivot around that event. And yeah, man, it's ridiculous how well it works. So anybody out there
How do you
watching in the
calculate the
public, do yourself a favor and look into the relationship Earth, Venus, and Uranus have. Yeah.
How do you calculate this?
Oh, sorry, Dev, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I just want to know how you calculate the EVUs. Like, I mean, at first I didn't care, but then
I
you've
think
been doing so well on it.
that's got to be a module for level 4, I think.
Clearly.
I can't give the secret sauce. This is a public video. I'll tell you in the chat room. You already know how to do this.
Alrighty.
Anyway, no big deal. Yeah. So I still want to try and figure out. Have any of you guys figured out that square of 9 yet? Have any of you guys worked with that? Thomas, I remember for a while you were studying pi for a while. Did anything come of that? Are you around? No, guess not. I remember, do any of you guys remember Jerome? God, we had this one member a couple of years ago. He was such a character, Jerome. Sure hope he's doing okay out there in the world. But anyway, he used to be really, really interested in pi as well. I want to
What would he do with pi? I'd like to know what they do with pi. Would they use like a specific decimal point? How many decimal places
think
would
of
they
it
use?
this way. Think of it this way. What's the magic number in pi? What's the magic number?
3.14.
Okay, so if we look at something like the stock market, and I thought this was fascinating. This has been sort of my experience and how I sort of see how pi works into the equation. If we look at the stock market, like say the Dow, and what I've found is that we for a long, long time oscillated. Oh, this doesn't even go that far back. We oscillated a long time around like the 1,000 area. That I guess there's 1,000 there, right? And 3.14 was basically up in this 3,000 area. And I remember the market really wanted to reach for that, and it sort of sat there in this area for a while. And then 3.14 of that is about 10,000. And I don't know whether you go 3.14 off of the lows to the highs, but if you do a 3.14, I remember I did this years and years and years ago. Then the mathematical relationships, I must be off the lows. These peaks all seem to correspond to 3.14 expansion. So there is some sort of relationship to the way that economies move. And if you think about inflation, right? How do you actually get assets doubling in value, right? If you go, let's say the price of a loaf of bread is $1, and then you triple that, then it goes to $3, and then you triple that again, and it's gone to $10. And now that 3.14 has taken that unit from $1 to a tenfold increase to $10. And I noticed that markets like to do this. They like to move. The way that they inflate is they move in waves of 3, where you go, like I said, from $1 to $3 and then $3 to $10. And now that has been a full 1,000% price appreciation. I don't know. I that's about as far as I can go with pi. I know there are a lot deeper ways you can use this, but when you're thinking about cycles and you're thinking about, Elliott wave moves in how many waves? 3 waves, right? I think that there is some sort of magical relationship to that natural 3.14 expansion and the way that assets move. That's pretty vague. not really, and that's why I certainly I don't include it in my course material because I don't think I'm wise enough in it to consider teaching anybody about it. I think also too, if you use the spiral, this spiral tool is supposed to somehow be work into that 3.14 relationship here. There's something about the way this spiral works that is that pi, but I can't remember just off the top of my head how this works. I don't know what point you're supposed to take it off on.
That would seem like it works with Fibonacci because that looks like
I don't think this is fib. This is different than that. Now, and maybe what this is a natural 3.14 expansion of that range there. And so if we did that same logic off of, say, here, I wonder what that produces. Anyway, I'd love to actually meet somebody who actually knows how to actually use this spiral correctly. I haven't met anybody yet. I was holding my breath with Jerome. He was making some good progress. And then I saw Thomas a while ago. Thomas was fiddling around with pi, but nothing really ever came of it. Anyway, I'm just sort of blibber blabbering. This is sort of funny how you can do all these. Anyway, okay. What's Jeremy got for us? He's got a link. He's showing us some more of that Swiss porn. Trump hair. That's right.
see, that looks like Fibonacci. Like
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That is the spiral. Where's it? How would we make his hair? Something like that. Did you ever see that? So this is not 3.14. This is the fib spiral. Did you ever see that the fight in the Ukraine parliament when they did this fib spiral on that? That was so funny. Have you guys ever see that? You can see I'm getting tired. I'm just talking on my ass now. There it is. Isn't that funny? They did, and actually, they did like a whole bunch of different pictures. There's just a whole bunch of these fib spirals all through it. They're perfectly symmetrical.
Yeah, it's called exactly the Fibonacci sequence spirals.
Yeah, the spiral. I'm not thinking, Jeremy. I'm so tired. That's a pretty stupid mistake of mine to make.
No problem. I'm going to bed also.
Yeah, it's got to be the middle of the fucking night. It's only 7:30, and I'm already talking about how tired I am. What time is it there? You showed us in level 1. That's right, Joby. Right? Okay. And the worst part about it is everybody on the internet saying me. Okay, Brian just fucked up. Everybody go boo. Hey, at least, if anything, this is a good sign of a professional. I can admit when I'm wrong and get the fuck out. All right, good night, everyone.
Brian bashing hour.
Oh, wonderful. Thanks. Awesome. Oh, yeah, okay.
Triple B.
Okay, who wants to tell us what they're going to see what's good? Joby, you got the mic. You tell me what's going to happen in Bitcoin. Now, I'm going to turn the table on you bastards. Now you get to talk. All right, what's Jeremy got for us here? Wow, there is a fucking algo. What are we looking at here? You can't go to bed now.
The bottom. The bottom is based on RSI, and the three color you see it's some RSI at the middle where the color start to feel the green or red. It's a base. It's a EMA from the RSI itself, and I create two bounds around it. And when the RSI itself go below the EMA of the RSI is red, and when it's above, it's green. And now also I mark the level where the purple line I put. It's important level when you see where the spike first start around. Go to the left with the mouse. Yeah, just a little more. Yeah, here, and look at the price. What it does when you break that point.
Yeah.
And after that, it didn't break, and you see it start again, and you see that this point is really and the purple below is really a point where it bounces. If it doesn't bounce, it will just crash. But before it bounced, when it was in an up move, as you could see, it was green. Now it's bouncing when it's in a down move. And that scares me, because if it past this point for me, those are RSI, standard RSI. So you can reproduce yourself that with some RSI about I think 20, 26, something like that. And so you can follow that point if you want yourself. If you break, that's an important point, and that's why also those level are already marked on my indicator on green. Here there is 2 green level at the bottom, 2 red level that represent the important level. If when RSI goes above or below those level, it's a really strong move. Usually.
When it went up through here, that was a strong.
Down. That's the lower RSI level. That's signal.
You're talking about these
down.
2 red lines here, this one and this one?
Yeah, and above there is 2 green. One is below the purple. Yeah. The first green is the important one on the move up, and you see I marked the purple is the same as the green one, and and often you can see it bounce, or if it doesn't bounce when it go through, what happened with the price.
Yeah, so if we lose this level, it sounds to me like you're saying this is kind of a band up here and this is a band down here. So if we lose this level, odds are we're probably going to have to come down.
And the RSI itself is below EMA of the RSI.
Yeah, that's what these little lines are?
That's three different RSI, but below, if you see where the green and the red meet.
Where the green and the red meet, right there, you mean?
Yeah, here. That's the line at the bottom of the green and at the top of the red.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's EMA of the RSI.
That's cool.
That's a 20 EMA of the RSI itself. So you see that the RSI itself, it's below a 20 EMA of itself.
Mm-hmm.
And when it's green, it's because it is above.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see also the trend of the RSI itself compared to where it is. And that's some of the thinking also behind the...
So this is generally not a happy market.
Yeah.
And we lose this level in here. And really, volume profile-wise, it's pretty obvious. We got to do some business down here.
Yeah, that's why I posted that one.
And is this the 200 period moving average?
Yeah, the white one. Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if we have to come down and tag that.
Yeah.
All right.
I have a quick question for you, Jeremy.
Yeah.
How did you calculate? The RSI is ranges between let's see here, what is it? Like 0 and 100, right? Or negative 100.
That's standard. That's standard. But 0, 100, that's standard for RSI.
So I noticed your RSI is moving between like is that 0 to 100? But I noticed that I'm looking at it. It's never going below like 40 or anything like that.
In that range, it's different length of RSI. The longer one, the yellow one, is the longer one that is being filled, and I think this one is 26 bar RSI. So There was never a move strong enough and long enough to make it break down.
Is this the halving event up here?
Which date is that?
November.
Six-
Was
six
this the
of-
hack? Was that the hack right there?
Yeah, here it's no, it's janvier, février, mars, avril, May, juin, June. End of June.
July.
The red bar is end of June. Those two red bar. It's 22 and 21 June.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Ooh, wow, spreads are just collapsing here.
Yeah, also.
I thought I had my Bitcoin chart up here. Yeah, here we are. So you're just measuring. Well, you're measuring back to June. You said so. That's that range.
Yeah, that's here. Yeah.
So in comparison, Dav, and you said that's a 21 period RSI.
I think even bigger, 25.
25.
I could check in code. Let me check in code. I could confirm you that.
Yeah, so here the lowest reading I see is 36.14, and it got as high as 76 here recently.
Yeah, and my two level at the green bar is 61 and 69.
So you can see maybe he got and these are different, and these are moving averages of the RSI. Is that what these are? You
No,
said
the
that this is a 20 period moving average of that slow.
RSI. Yeah.
Yeah. And these are different RSIs? Like, is that like 21?
These are faster.
Yeah. So you can see, Dav, that, and I guess, is this all just one scale on here? This is 0,
Yeah.
and that's 100?
Yeah.
So through the August pullback, your really slowest RSI never even got below 60?
Let me hide some stuff and post again. It will be easier to see. And I'm just going to post this indicator.
I mean, it's totally fine. If that's the way it is, that's the way it is. No big deal.
Oh, I'm not doing the math. I use a RSI on it. That's all. I'm plotting it.
All right, yeah, there it is, eh? So Dav, there you go. Got down
Maybe
to
cleaner.
24. All right. See that, Dav?
Yeah, I see it now. It makes sense now. It's all clear, and I can see why that moving average is not.
I love this.
moving
Is this
as
like a
fast.
standard deviation?
No, that's some band I plot around. That's some band. It's like the green line, but it's following the EMA, so it cannot be straight.
Yeah.
The green line are around 50, but it's a fixed line.
I love this band. This is awesome.
Yeah, and you can
Exactly.
see.
It looks great.
Yeah, and you can see when he hits the green line. When he hits, it's usually overbought and
Or oversold. I don't see it getting oversold.
Yeah.
But
That's
I
what-
do see that there was
behind
oversold
it.
there, right?
and the bound are based on what? The EMA of the RSI itself.
Yeah. I like that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I
And,
think
this whole thing is really cool. You've done, and this is the cool part about it is that
crazy.
I introduced you to this a little bit. I'm sure you were doing a bit before, but wow, have you ever taken the ball and run with it?
Oh, trading! I didn't knew. I first started using TradingView in January. Never used it before.
Yeah, well, if anything, you should teach courses on TradingView. TradingView, where are you? Give this guy a job.
Fine script. I do some crazy stuff now.
Yeah, no, you're doing awesome, man.
Oh, that one is a child play. I'm doing stuff on chart, marking stuff, and doing BG and repeating stuff. It's I should show you one or two. Let me get you some that you can make sense of also.
All right. All right. So Joby had a GAN study that he wants to show us. So Joby, go grab your GAN study. Oh yeah, Joby. Actually, I remember when I talked to Joby before. He's really big on sacred geometry too. I might take a look at this later on. Thanks, Joby. That's a cool link. Whoa, there's that fib spiral. Oh, that interesting. So, like the EVUs are based primarily, I think, on the 120-degree angles. Wow, cool. Fractals in here too. Very impressive, Joby. All right, so now I'm waiting for you to teach us a class on this. Question is, can you see any of these images in your pizza? That's the question. And JC gave me something I have to read up on. Have any of you guys worked with this? Strauss generational theory? Oh, that was interesting. God, you never stop learning in this. I swear, I'll be learning until the day I die. Wow. All right, what the hell are we looking at here, Slick?
That's one of my indicator, and you see the line plot and everything. Those are ADR, daily resistance, daily. The color is just the daily cycle. When D exploded, it's just the start of the day, and each color it's during the day it's marked. The orange is the Asian session, the blue is the Europe session, the red is the American session, and the line are different stuff for the week, for the day, for the previous day, for the previous week, and from the resistance and from support, all plot automatically by the color of the box of time range and specific stuff, all plotted automatically by the indicator. I'd also plot the weekend at the bottom.
Wow. Stunning. So what do these boxes mean? Was this a trade that you were in?
That's possible trade range if the spike go in and the candle do some stuff, or I look for different entry possible. But now I'm not even trading with chart for last week. I'm only trading with Excel. No price, no chart. Something new.
Oh, that's interesting.
Right.
Yeah,
you had that really cool spreadsheet going, didn't you?
Yeah, that's based. NASCO found some of it on internet, and I'm heavily modified it, and I think I'm to the point that Excel is going to trade for me, and I'm not joking. Excel is actually going to trade for me. He's going to take the trade, open the trade, and I'm maybe going to not let him do the SL and the trading stop. Maybe let that MetaTrader do that. But he's going to actually open the trade on the Forex market himself.
Cool.
Impressive.
Microsoft Excel, eh?
Yeah. It's a spreadsheet with so many stuff: button, graph, link to MetaTrader, formula on the each. It's mainly inter-market relationship between all the currency themselves. And based on what each currency does in each of the pair is implied during the last time, hours, and so, is giving you some strength indicator on each of those price. That I didn't build. NASCO and I just found and start to play with. And on top of that, I built many other stuff that will allow my Excel to maybe trade automatically and have some rules based on some of those numbers I found and comparing them more advancedly and comparing them also during time.
The only thing I can say, sir, is
Right here. What? I didn't hear that.
Oh, you didn't hear it? Oh, shitty. I'll put the microphone right up. Hold on, where's my speaker? Oh no! Don't go, Homer. Come back.
Your ideas are intriguing to me, and I wish to subscribe to your newsletter.
Do any of you guys remember that episode?
No.
You guys, oh man, I'm an old fuddy-duddy. Anyway, that was a famous Simpsons quote. Homer's like, to hell with law. Whoever needs a law? The law sucks. What's the law ever done for you, right? And Homer's like, your views intrigue me. And back in the 90s, right, there wasn't such a thing as an internet. You got all your sort of, all of this. It's so funny how nothing's really changed in this world. Now we have blogs and YouTube and all that and Twitter and all that shit, right? But back then, what you did was you subscribed to people's newsletters, and they sent out a newsletter in the mail once a month to you. So that's what this references to. It's so classic 90s. But oh well, I guess I'm an old man.
Speak of phone book.
Yeah. Anyway, so fascinating. As soon as you get the site up and running and you have a subscription service, I'll be more than happy to subscribe, Jeremy.
Yeah, I'm toying with the maybe putting some site. Normally, TradingView as a marketplace, but they stopped to accept new indicator for now for whatever reason. And I even found some way that I can make my stuff work until a date, and at that date, it just stopped working. So I could put in place some website and start to sell them through it. If TradingView doesn't want to take my business and take 30% of my cuts as they do with the indicator they sell.
Oh, the hell with that. You don't need to use them. If it's an Excel spreadsheet, then you can just simply have.
That's something else. That's something else. But I'm speaking also about the indicator I'm showing you here and some other that I've developed.
Yeah. Oh, and then TradingView is playing hardball with you on that. I don't like how. No offense to TradingView, but I really don't like how they. They basically take the people that, are doing research on their platform, and it's their research, and they just sort of, claim it as their own. And I'm a little, you're telling me that if you put a script on there and somebody buys it off you, they're going to take 30%?
Yeah, but when you click on the chart and you ask to add indicator, there is a marketplace.
Yeah.
You can do that now, for example. Go look. Maybe it will be easier for the other to follow. If you click on any chart and you right-click and you say indicator, there is a marketplace on the list. And those, you can see the price, insert indicator.
You mean up here, this stuff?
Yeah, but right-click directly on the chart. Right-click on the chart and go in the middle, insert indicator.
Oh, here?
Yeah, it will open directly. And on the left, look, marketplace add-on. Bottom, yeah, here.
These guys?
Open that, select any of those. Those are paying, renting, yeah, select, click. You won't do anything, you just open the description if you click on it. Yeah, and it's gonna give you the price for it.
$49 a month.
Yeah. And they have it seems like last time I looked, there was less indicator.
There's less than there used to be?
No, more.
There's more than there used to be.
Maybe not many, but maybe one or two more. But look at the price of some of them. Some of them are $150.
Do they even work?
Per month. That's per month.
Wow. You know what?
No.
Indicators, right?
I don't know. I just see them.
Pardon?
My Gavo. Now I have a reason to develop my Gavo. I'm like,
Yeah.
$49 a month.
And Dave, you see that? And you see what I do?
I should have. Looking back, I should have sure made Willie private. Eh?
Yeah. No. The code, when you share the code, if you don't share the code itself and you only share the URL, the code is locked. If I give you some code, some the link of my page.
Yeah, but when I first put it on there, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But now, since 1 month or 2 months, I saw that. So that at least if I share some of my code, people cannot look in it, and I can also make a time bomb in my code, so that at a specific time, my code just stopped working.
Huh.
So I could if they don't want to add my indicator here, I could make a website and accept Bitcoin or whatever, and rent my indicator like my own marketplace.
Yeah. Well, it really, my attitude would be like your Excel spreadsheet and stuff like that.
That's something other.
You can literally just sell that Excel spreadsheet and have a non-disclosure agreement on it.
I have to say that 80% or 70% of the Excel spreadsheet was something I found, NASCO found. So I didn't build it. I just built many things on top of it. And some of it is called gap theory, that people are have many forum thread about it for MetaTrader. And on top of that, I developed some more and did some more advanced stuff.
Cool. Very impressive.
I don't want to take all the credit for all the work on the shit. And that's something totally different. But Excel suck at protecting anything. I know that if you give me any Excel pseudo-protected stuff, I can crack it easily normally.
All right. Well, I'll keep you in mind then for the next time.
But I know that
I'm still waiting for that hard drive.
Yeah, the other one.
We haven't even tried if that other one works or not.
I don't forget you.
I'm waiting for Rads. Rads is gonna.
You got some rad. You got some pot.
Huh?
You got some rad and you got some pot.
That's right. You're my pod man.
Yeah. And you're
the fans are going, what? What did he just say? What did he just say?
I'm your official dealer now.
Big brother just went, oh, we got him. We finally got him.
I can imagine speaking to a Swiss guy.
You're going to find out that, it's actually a cryptocurrency he's talking about. Shit. All right. Well, actually, speaking of Rads is starting to look a little better here, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just have to stop mentioning it in the lounge, eh? As soon as it starts, there's a rule of thumb. Everybody in the group, anybody who owns Rads, our general rule of thumb is literally the moment that we mention that it's starting to move up, it will stop its rally. So we're not allowed to talk about it if it rallies.
Oh, I just got a sell order or something.
You did? Oh, on Rads? I hope not.
I don't know. I just got the bit from Coinage.
I got some tit off. Hey, Da Vinci got some off up top here. I was a bit sloppy. I only had one sell and a half on a double order working, but and I missed my second double. But Da Vinci, you got some off up top here, didn't you?
Yeah, I was killing it. I killed it. That I mean, I got two doubles today.
This is like literally the bitch who just got fake boobs. You popped one of her boobs right on the dance floor.
I milked it, coins. Milked it.
Yeah, and her boob just went. Oh, Da Vinci got his fill of 10,000 coins or whatever monster order, and her boob just.
Yeah, PPC. I got just 2 fill on PPC.
Jeremy's going, hey, I'm being left out here. Hey, look at mine.
That was the sound. I didn't know.
Jesus, look at that. This is nuts, eh? Oh, my God.
Oh, I didn't look the chart.
And it's right back where it started.
I just got 2 filled on it.
Oh, my God. That's incredible. How many doubles could you gotten off on this crazy thing? Where were you long from, sir?
I'm I enter at
Is this what we call a fat finger?
I
Yeah, it's a
enter
bad
at
finger. It's only on what's it called, Bittrex, not on the other exchanges. Because I have PPC on other exchanges.
Oh, and it traded about 40,000. That's what this spike was. So, where did you get off?
all time. I was at 110, but I got so double and triple. I don't care.
Yeah, fuck, money is money is money. Way to go, sir.
Yeah, 3 times the price that you see now.
James, weren't you in on this? I thought I saw you posting a chart about this earlier. Is that what you said? Me too. Is that what that was about?
I just got some coin back. I'm happy.
What did you just buy? You mind if I ask? Jeremy's gone quiet.
Oh, you want me to what did I buy recently?
Yeah, hey, if it's a good looking coin, I'll go in and buy some too.
Max, DCR,
Oh,
LBC.
Max. I got Phil. I don't want to buy any more Max. Oh, look at Maxie. That's good to see.
Yeah, DCR,
I bought a whack more of it down in
LBC.
Yeah, I didn't get a fill on that.
What the fuck is wrong with that stupid library coin? Oh my god, this thing's a headache.
CIS.
Look at that. That's a fucking dog, eh?
Yeah.
And we were thinking maybe it was going to turn in here, and it's just done nothing. Ugh, what a pain in the butt. It might be worth. Did we actually? No, we made another. Did we make a new low here? Yeah, we did. Oh, what a POS.
It's gonna be a dog for a long while.
It looks like it. Doesn't look like it's going anywhere in a hurry. I thought that ETC started looking really interesting. Yeah, trying to put in a bottom here. Little inside bar. Well, I guess it's fractal, no inside bar.
I was happy with some of my FCT buy.
FCT? Is that Factum or Feathercoin?
Yeah, Factum.
Yeah, you're willing to reload in this thing in here?
I snipe it at the tail. You see at 22.
Yeah.
You just 1 week ago, not even.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. All right. EGC, James is thinking. Arkansas. Oh, yeah, okay, that's respectable. Down against the kilo here. That's an engulfing bar too, isn't it? Isn't that on? Is that low lower than that low?
Yeah, James, give us more of that.
26.38. Oh no, it's not quite an engulfing bar.
We need to beat Dave next year at profit return. Yeah, Dave, huh? We have a competition. Remember, a friendly one, of course.
Did I miss something?
We were speaking
Friendly
with
competition.
Oh, between Jeremy and James.
everybody is welcome, just to push us to be better and to give us each other good tips.
Okay. Oh, we lost somebody. Oh, Thomas had enough. He's like, all right, you guys are boring. All right. Well, anything else anybody wants to talk about? I really wanted to.
What about Steam? Has Steam done anything except steam up like a pile of dung?
Well, I think that if you're gonna play that story, you got to play this thing, this SBD, and it really hasn't done much here, right?
I got some at the bottom there.
And the Steam, is it? Well, you can see it's trying to hold the lows, but the problem is we got year end coming in here. I don't know. I mean, this is interesting how it's just right off of these old lows, eh? I remember when I went on this site and did a review of it, I said some clown was saying, "Oh yeah, this is a bull flag. It's going to the moon," and everybody's like, "Oh, you're the man. You're the man." And Brian comes out and goes, "Yeah, it's probably going to come back down here." And nothing. And sure enough, what does it do? Come right back down here. So I think you probably have to wait for this thing to bottom here. It's kind of like that EGC, same sort of thing. And I suppose if Bitcoin falls apart, it makes sense why all these little alts are trying to bottom here. Right? I got a funny feeling that we're just about 3 weeks early here. I still think there needs to be a bit more shit for the next month or so here.
I have to agree.
On a lot of these, they all look sort of the same. You know, I could easily see like that ETC I was talking about. I could easily see them come in, put in a bottom here, then go and flush the lows just to piss everybody off, and then that's the bottom. I could totally see them do that. But you know, these kind of coins, they're starting to look a lot better here, right? But I like that Max, and actually I'm pleased. And so Max, who's Max associated with? Is it Start? Or is it?
Yeah, I think he started
the other one
with
that
Start.
I know there was Start, and then there was another one that was moving up quite a bit recently too.
Strat.
Yeah.
STR.
No, I remember this one. I've wanted to be in this, and I didn't get anything. No, there was another one that was popping up here recently. What the hell was it? Where's that one over here? Let's see if I can find it. Man, I got on this Start. I think it's Start. Swing. That's it. Man,
That story's gone.
I made a great pile of money on this one.
Wave seems to be at a place that could be interesting one way or other.
Who's that? Joe. Oh, Joe's in the lounge. Going for a small gap for a reload. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I got, just in the past week or two, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sell orders off on this thing. Isn't that cool? Oh, that was awesome. But if I'm not mistaken, the Start is the Kaiser coin. So maybe it makes sense that they ran this thing up, because wasn't there supposed to be some sort of reorganization or something on this Max coin? And look what they did. Actually, this is a great example, guys. What is this? Who can tell me what this 2-bar pattern is? Joby, you should know this.
IFP, footprint, the footprint of the
This is Doji Gap. Doji Gap. Doji Gap. You guys ever heard me speaking about Doji Gap before? Doji Gap is so powerful. So I got a funny feeling something big's going on here. That's kind of cool. If I can find another Doji Gap for you. They don't happen every day. I had a stock that was doing that wickedly. Let's see if I can find it. Sure, I'm watching this one too. This next, man, there's a lot of money to be made on this thing here. I was trying.
I know, I'm trying to get in at the bottom there, but I can't seem to get in.
And the AR and the ARDR, same thing. Look at that beautiful fractal there. Oh, Bitcoin, you are looking very heavy. I think. Look at this Doji Gap. Doji Gap, break above the high. Woohoo!
Rocket fuel.
Yeah, appropriately named, eh?
Yes.
There was one that did it. Could have been this one. I seem to remember there was one recently that did it. Well, oh yeah, Jeremy wants to talk about waves. Wow. Let's see, what the heck's that? That's not waves. This is on the euro. This is what we were looking at before, right? This is your
Yeah,
system.
it was my old. I didn't copy correctly, but that's the wave. Look, where is it?
Oh, I can't buy that. Are you getting ready
I'm
to
not.
sell?
I'm not telling you that buying, but I'm telling you, look, what is if you're already in, you could be happy because he's maybe showing some good sign to break previous
Yeah,
previous.
well, looks strong, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, sweet. I can't touch
yeah. That's why I wanted to.
it.
You see the chart when I
Yeah.
say interesting place. I don't say to buy it, but if you're in, or even maybe later, if you're really ballsy and you can, no, there is no way to short it. But
I
I
would
wouldn't.
say you're
I wouldn't. I'm
going.
happy
Oh,
because I'm
actually, check
in
this out. Check this out, guys.
and
Okay.
I'm seeing some W.
What is this and this bar? Doji Gap.
Very big gap. And
Right.
after more.
Woohoo! Seriously, guys, put that in your pocketbook, right? Doji Gap. It's so powerful. All right, so there to there, boobity boom, and let's clone that. You could bot your way into this. I see 3 lows to work with here, but
Yeah.
still too high. You can't touch it now.
No. Sure. But I'm saying
It looks
also that
like
it has put
I
some
think
kind of structure to maybe go higher.
yeah, I think it's heading up there.
I sold
Yeah.
all on the double here. I didn't keep any. Maybe that was a mistake.
You sold everything on a double, you bastard.
Oh,
I know,
I
we
got
did.
it.
Yeah, let's
I-
see what this thing's telling us it wants to go.
I'm
Oh,
looking
look
for
at
my.
that. It's so I love when you see that. Can you guys see that? So basically all this is the parking garage. You see, Dav, I remember you used to be really into the parking garage. Check out that.
Yeah,
That is such a perfect testament to the parking garage right there. Boom, boom, boom. Isn't that cool? Oh, I love when I see that.
That's why. Where is my next level of sell?
Yeah, not a bad idea. So the way you're doing is you're just showing off now, you bastard.
You ask bad and good stuff. I give
I want to
you.
know stuff that you're buying right now so I can buy it too.
I'm coding.
You're coding. All right, fine. Anybody else want to throw something out there? Joby, what are you buying these days? I like how disciplined you are in following the model. The level 1 that I taught you. You tell me something that you're buying? Anything? Come on, give me an idea. Something to chew on. Ooh, look at this Bitcoin. Actually, look at this. Can you guys see this angle? Can you see how this angle right here is just going to basically correspond with the test of that low there? That is so cool how that happens. Joby says, I'm almost bought up. Bought up of what? Flow. You buying some flow? What are you doing here? Flow, flow, flow your boat gently down the stream. Flow. Oh, that's not bad. You know, you're basically playing this low. If this level breaks, see you later. Balls o' steel. You know, actually, where's Joe? We should get him in here. Joe's always got fun coins that he's looking at. So this guy owns more coins than I do, and I own a shitload of coins. I think
More than Da Vinci?
Da Vinci probably owns more than me. Actually, it'd be interesting to see whether Da Vinci or Joe owns more coins.
That was my question.
Yeah. So interesting shot. How many are out on this thing? Is there more than I want to know? Oh boy, yeah, that's pretty heavy. Hey, there he is. What do you know, Joe? The spotlight's on you. No shying away now. How you doing, sir?
Pretty good. How are you?
Good, good. Thanks. We're all just throwing out ideas and stuff that we've been buying recently. What else have I been buying? I bought. I told everybody I bought some of that Max coin recently. I think I got filled on some more of that Z coin. Uh-oh. I'm a bit worried about that.
Yeah, right.
And I bought some more of that BTA, our little pump group. Gav, are you still on board with our BTA?
Yeah, I got some more of that too.
Or is it BTA? So our little pump group, we've been sort of supporting this developer and his coin.
Fully loaded.
Everybody's like, don't fucking mention that thing. It's better rally. Joby says you got some stink.
10%.
Sorry?
I think altogether we have like 2% of the coin.
Yeah, well, I think it's getting up there. So I hope this guy doesn't fuck us over. But the good thing is there isn't too much out. There's 4.8 million, so that's not bad. Relatively light. So, and you guys, let's see, James, we just sent you the invite. Did you get the invite to the group? James, yes, you did. Cool. And Joby, probably at the end of the level 2 program, if you are interested, we might send the invite out to you. And Joe, I don't have a problem if you want to be a part of our little pump group, you can.
Okay.
So JC is sort of the quarterback of that. I don't think any of you new people have met JC.
Yeah, to be honest, it's more an accumulation group than pump group. We never pump anything, and we only accumulate some BTA.
Yeah, well, yeah. We're not really promoting, are we? But we're working collectively. We're having fun.
Yeah. more than anything.
Yeah. And just make sure that when the market affords you the opportunity to get paid, fucking pay yourself. Damn it.
Yeah,
this is a fickle business.
Yeah, that we'll at least know that we are all in together, and we won't float the market like dummy.
Yeah. Well, and spoon feed. That's right. So Joe, reason why I asked you, I know you're always active and you're always looking at ideas. You buying anything here recently?
I bought some more tit coin a while ago, and it just blew and gave me like 2 doubles.
Yeah, I know. That was awesome, wasn't it?
But what I've noticed is that there seemed to be like a little gap.
Yeah.
Yeah, like.
And what exchange are you trading tit on? That's what scares me.
I'm trading on Bittrex.
Oh, you're on
Bittrex.
Bittrex.
I think
Okay.
a little bit on your bit.
Yeah, you are on Bittrex trading away?
Yeah, there goes the link right there.
Where's the gap? Let's see. Where's the gap? Oh, wow. Yeah, look at that. And that, that's typical of these guys, eh? Are you going to work a stink bid down here?
Yeah, it looks different from my chart. Maybe because I got all the indicators.
Could be. I actually find that I only like to put the indicators on and sort of at the very end, unless I'm hunting for Davos or something, just to confirm what I'm seeing in price. I always like to start my analysis just on price. Okay. But yeah, I mean, everybody can see what Joe sees here is clearly the market structure bottom is down here. And actually, we just looking at that Max coin, it was the same thing where they were really hyping it up. And instead of, I went and bought a little bit up here, but the rest of my order, I expected them to come down and fill this gap. And sure enough, that's exactly what they did. And lo and behold, look at, they've done it again here, right? So yeah, hunting those gaps, holy moly, that's some good trading. That's not a bad idea. In fact, I was able to get some off here, so I was feeling pretty proud of myself. So I might go and throw a stink bid to buy some of this back down.
I just put that link in the chat.
Oh, cool. What did you give for us here?
It's the same one, but it's the way I viewed it.
Douche. All right. Yep. Now you can see that this is a major floor here, right? So you're probably going to find guys are going to try and defend this area. It'd be interesting to see what the order book looks like down in there.
Yeah, I didn't go look at that. I just got off a 10-hour shift and just sat down right at the computer and it popped up. I was like, oh, okay.
Isn't that the coolest though? Like when you actually are out in the real world and you're like
Make
all
money while
busy
you're at work.
doing shit and stuff, and then you come back to the crypto world, you turn on your monitor and it's like, oh cool, look at all these fills. Fucking A. I love that. That's the best feeling. It's such a rewarding feeling. Okay, let's see what the order books are. And this is actually a really good lesson for you guys. I don't really cover this until the level 3 program, so you guys get a bit of a treat here. But we can use the order book. We can actually use notches in the order book, just like we use notches in the volume profile to give us levels. And I've often found, and like, hey, look, I've got a stink bid working down here. Hey, surprise, surprise. 75 ticks. I'm still trying to buy some more. So I doubt I'm going to get filled on that. I was anticipating it going right back down to the bottom. Let's see where your gap is here, Joe. Hey, Joe, what do you know? Oh, they won't go anymore. Oh, that's weird. So it looks
I
like
shot to around 250. I went down to 250.
Yeah, it looks like the gap is right in here. So what's that level? 280 to 295 or so, somewhere in there.
Yeah, I went below the gap just a little.
Okay, well, this would be a really good lesson. Let's see what happens. So let's go look at the order book. And here is that 300. There's a bit of a notch, not much, 900 coins. 280, and look at that, isn't that interesting? So they've parked just monstrous bids right just above, I guess that's just above the top of the gap, isn't it?
Yeah. Huh?
And notice
That's all me. So that's all me. That's all me.
what I would say is notice this order. This is an interesting order here. And then this order, this is what I would consider the floor of the market right there, 211. And down here to 205. Yeah. Right there, totally. So that funny order there. Who the heck is going to buy 280 coins, 0.00006 BTC? Who the fuck would do that? Right? That's an anomaly. Something's not right. And really what I think happens here, and we see this, is that if you're a motivated seller and you're selling and slamming into all these bids, literally when we get down into the area, oh, and isn't that interesting that where did Mr. 250 go? Oh, he's disappeared. So now we only have one there, that 280 guy at 211 there. Isn't that interesting? Oh, there he is, 211. If somebody is like selling, and then they hit this, and look at, there's a bit of a pocket here. It's not that much. But when they hit this order, is there really much incentive? Are they going to get much of a fill to go and slam these bids? Not likely. And so we might find that they just run out of steam. Now, I do see around 200, there's fair amount of size here. So if I was working a bid and I was interested in buying this, I would really want to focus in on this sort of 205 to 210 area. So let's go back and look on the chart and see what that says. All right, so where is 205 to 210? So really what that's saying, and that is, do you see that, guys? What's that? 213. That's right at that funny anomaly right there, eh? See that?
Yep.
So that's, I think, where the market will slam into, and there just isn't any more buying, and probably, eat it this tail here, and then these firm candle body lows are here. Probably this is a bit of a floor on it as well. It's good to see there's no gaps down to here. So okay, so I think this gap and the order book actually line up nicely. And you're gonna bid, where do you say, 250? So that's right in this area. Well, that's respectable. Let the market test this low to give you your fill. It's not bad. So let's see what happens. It'll be really interesting to watch this over the next week or two. And I would also say too that you better be a fucking shark if you're going to get involved in promoting and pumping a coin in the pornographic industry. You better fucking know what you're doing. And I think that's kind of what we're going to see happen here. How many coins was this? This was 1.8 million. be really interesting to do a volume profile level and see where that 1.8 million actually came in. And did they really screw over a bunch of kids through this blow off top here?
I think they had something going on with Playboy or something like that.
Right. And so sadly, what ends up happening, of course, is who's the buyer up here?
The ones that want to see the naked ladies.
and are those institutional Goldman Sachs kind of guys? Not likely. I think they've forgotten about their penis years ago. It's the teenagers that are all raging in hormones, right? And they don't care what the hell price they have to pay. They're just going to buy it, right?
Yep.
So the public, right? So I think, if anything, that's a fantastic analogy that, if anything, what we should be doing is probably really focusing on, what happened here. And like, Joe, do you saying they had some sort of major promotion or something on their site or something of it? Is it?
There's been talk about them working with the Playboy or with some kind of online video site, kind of like Pornhub.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, it would make sense, right? I mean, that's what would it be, like Bitcoin news? I don't know.
I'll just go to the block and look them
Right.
up.
Oh, they're calling themselves the official cryptocurrency of the porno industry. There you go. Official merchandise. There you go. Hot dang. Now, if you can buy dates, then you got yourself a barter vehicle. Oops, that's called prostitution. So let's see. Are they touting anything here? What's the date of this? January 19th is their last Twitter post. Oh my goodness, that's not good. Maybe they've given up on.
Yes, that's going on under the that's why I go to the block talk and look through there sometimes because.
How old is this news?
That's pretty old.
Is it?
Isn't it?
I have no idea what the hell that is. Anyway. All right. So you're trading the Titcoin. Way to go, Slick. Wow, is she naked? It's too bad Thomas isn't here. He would love that kind of stuff. All right, gentlemen. Well, it's been interesting chatting. If you have anything else you want to ask about, just ask. Say something. Why are you on the air? Oh, here we go. So Crypto Menta and Lee Beezy liked our tweet. All right. Are we on the air right now? Is it going to reverberate? Is anybody watching
Why
this?
are you on the air? Oh, here we go.
There we go. Why are you on the air? And we got a couple of people out there in internet land watching too. How many people it says here that are watching? Yeah, there's 6 people watching. Oh wow, this is freaky. Anyway, I'm just having fun. All right, gentlemen, anything else on your minds? Anybody want to mention a coin? Anybody want to talk about a trade?
Yeah, I'm looking at hunting a trade here.
What are you looking at? Oh, you got a chart
looking
too.
at-
Oh, that's what you got here. U.S. dollar, Canadian dollar, and this is the forex market. So you're looking
forex.
for a rally in the Canadian dollar?
Well, you can see I have the PRZs there, so I'm looking for like a potential reversal short
Yeah.
there.
Well,
But,
when this
I got the GAN 50%.
Yeah, when this goes up, then that's strong U.S. dollar, weak Canadian dollar. So you're
Yeah.
looking for you're expecting the Canadian dollar to gain strength here going forward.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, cool. You know, Hogue would love that. Hey, James, this kind of if that was a 38.2 or if that was a 78.6 right there, that would be like a perfect James trade. That's interesting. Yeah, it makes sense. Look how the volumes, the buying interest up top here is just completely dried up.
Yeah, I noticed. I'm like, But I'm thinking it's got to make one more push.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. If you know me and my divergences, right? So I wouldn't mind seeing some sort of divergence develop up there.
Yeah, watch out,
That's
Devon.
not for.
For now, USD is still strong and CAD is still weak. So that's the perfect stuff for it to go further.
Yeah, but at the
Yeah.
same time, Jeremy, can you see how the volume divergences is coming in here?
Yeah,
See the buying interest is waning as they're taking price up top here.
yeah,
And you know, as Da Vinci just said, right, this is a PRZ, so we got to watch for the reversal to develop.
yeah. I just saying, don't
Yeah, I mean, you're
go
right.
in
We might
blindly
get
too.
some sort of crazy blow off top here, right?
Yeah, exactly. Don't go in blindly too soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
What's a trade that I'm watching? Yeah, you know, I was in a whole bunch of shorts and then got out of them, man. Sure left a lot of money on the table on those Amazon shorts, eh? Fuck me. Where's Thomas? Thomas would love to bug me about that. I was short Amazon. I was short Netflix. Oh, God. Oh, mercy. All right, Jeremy, you're off to bed. Have a great evening. Joe, you got any other coins for us to look at? Thanks for your input. Take it easy, Jeremy. What are you looking at recently,
I
James?
have.
James? Are you talking, Da Vinci? Oh,
Yeah, sorry. My headphones just died.
uh-oh. You're gonna have to put yourself on mute then.
I'm on phone. Hang on. Trading view is a little slow. Well, it's because my internet's
Who
slow.
wants us to look at? Yeah, can you throw yourself on mute, please, Da Vinci? Thank you. Boom. Oh boy, wow. How many are out on this thing? There is no available supply. What does that mean?
Now that's just weird.
Circuits of value. Wow. Well, there's a couple circuits out there. $250,000 market cap. Why do you like this?
I don't know. I've just been getting little licks off of it here and there.
Yeah, I like this structure here. Looks like somebody had to dump a roo here. They don't have a Bitterix volume warning, do they, or anything? Oh, isn't that interesting? So here's the original low down here. So it's interesting how that, you know, this is probably a great example of the vulgarities of trading venture capital. So, and you know, you see all these wicks and tails, eh? So this, you might have thought, oh, wow, what an absolutely beautiful bottom. This is awesome. And then boosh, fuckers. And then, of course, look where they're going to close it here, right? They're not even closing it at the lows. So, yeah. You know, if you can do little old lady on this kind of stuff, that's gold. What do they actually do?
I'm not sure. Somebody else put me onto it, and I just got a couple and held on. I've been like trading it for about 8 months, so I got maybe a couple doubles out of it so far. But I'm, you know, just kind of like slow walking it and watching it dump everything when it gets bad.
Good for you. They've only got when does the autumn officially end? When does winter start? Like December? So they got about a month left here to honor their whatever the heck that is they said they're going to do here.
Yeah, so far it seems like it's going well. Except I keep seeing dumps and dumps and dumps here and there.
11/16. What day is it today?
11/12.
All right. I don't know how that works. We have some newsworthy topics to share this month, some developments and a few new ideas and new collaborative partnership announcements. So it looks like they've got a bit of a catalyst here on the 16th. Maybe that's, but why would people be dumping it now, I wonder?
Yeah, that's what I'm not sure of. I have to go to look through the bit talk.
Yeah, if I tell you what, if you like what you hear coming back from them, let me know, and I'll just go and grab some of this. It's not a bad location to take a shot. I don't know whether I like that many coins out. Where did this thing start from? Oh, okay. Now this makes more sense. So you see the original bottom right here, right? So this is, and actually this is Da Vinci. Remember you were saying you were buying something and I was like, oh, you're just buying against a shelf. What was that one that you said that you were buying recently? So that's the same sort of thing. Be prepared that they might fuck you over and just dip below the shelf.
Yeah, I figured that. Yeah, I forget what it was. And again, let me see here.
Hey, and Joe, check this out. Dun,
Flow.
dun, dun. What is this?
Doji Gap.
And yeah, to a certain degree, Doji Gap, but you know, there's Joe's gaps, right? Just like your tick point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Really, you could argue that this gap still needs to be filled in here. Too. Oh boy, and there's one here as well. Uh-oh. Be careful here, Slick.
Interesting.
Yeah, so you can see where I highlighted those gaps, right down in there. And interesting, check this out, Joe. Watch what happens when I draw a line off of this low. Joby will tell you all about it. He loves this. Right, Joby? Horizontal support and resistance. Look at that low. You know, that's the level where the smart money, if you can call it out, is that's where they're long from. Right now, you know, I think this is probably just doing the normal seasonal game, right? Like, didn't we were looking at, oh yeah, Steam. Right? Steam did exactly the same thing. Remember? And I said I went on their site and I was like, there's some guy was like, oh, this is a bull flag, and I was like, be careful, probably have to come right back down to the bottom, and sort of thing. And this is painful too. You hate when you see them do this. They put in this pretty little bottom here, and I bet you probably made some great money on this little pump up here. And so you're going back to the well, and you're like, okay, that's cool, that's awesome, let's go. And then they, oh. I don't know. I'm sort of speaking out my ass here. I don't know.
Another thing to be careful of is they're only on bet tricks, so if they get delisted or anything, pretty much screwed.
Well, so the question ultimately is, do you think the devs are going to let 280 grand slip through their fingers? I don't think so. That's too much money.
I don't know. I've seen some weird stuff happen.
$250,000? No. You know. I mean, $10,000, maybe. You know, and if it's like $2,000-$3,000, you better be fucking careful. $250,000? I don't know. It seems like I don't know. That's just my 2 cents.
Yeah.
So, yep, and really, anybody watching this, any of you guys, Joe's made a perfectly valid point that because it's only listed on BitterX, it is to a certain degree a bit vulnerable. But thank you anyway, Joe. I mean, fuck, you just coming out and openly telling us what you're buying, I think is, you know, it takes balls for people to do that. Well, thank you.
It's good. I mean, I just do it because I enjoy it, but then it kind of turned into income situation.
What a helpful coincidence, eh?
Yeah, I know, right?
And you know, I personally believe, I totally believe, if you ask the universe to help you, the universe will help you. And we've talked about this. I think the universe has helped you. You really need help.
Yeah.
Way to go. Same thing with you too, Dav. I think when I first met you, man, you were fighting the universe. It was weird. I could literally feel you fighting it. And then one day, I don't know what happened, but you said, "Okay, enough's enough. I got to do this right." And it was cool watching you. Because literally, you turned a switch, and from that day on, it was incredible to watch you act. So.
Yeah, no, it's a totally different person.
Well, no, I mean, I didn't know you before, so I don't know. But, you're great. It was beautiful to watch your transformation. And I think you worked hard for it. You deserved it.
I was stressing a lot though when I first started.
Yeah, well, you were fighting against the universe. That's I think what my observation was is it was like you had a choice to swim with the stream or against the stream, and you actively chose to swim against the stream. And I think I kind of got you to, and I don't know, maybe I'm just propping myself up, but I think I got you to sort of look at it like, hey, if we just change the way you look at it, this isn't all out to get you. You can actually do well at this. But you got to understand the rules of the game.
When I first started out, I took a big risk. And I kind of got lucky, but in a way, I kind of planned it out too. Like I sat and watched the exchange for like a whole month before I made any kind of trade, and I looked for the lowest thing I could find. One sat. If I could get one to go to 3 or one to go to 5, and double up, triple up, then I'm get rolling, and that's what happened. I found that coin.
Yeah, and I used to have a lot of clients because I was a penny stockbroker. I used to have a lot of clients. I used to play stocks from 10 cents to 30 cents to 5 cents to 15 cents. Yeah, there's lots of people that make a lot of money in this world doing exactly what you just said.
Yeah, build up quick, and then you spread out and get the bigger ones.
Yeah, well, and if anything, what I like in your story, Joe, is you're from the school of hard knocks, and you went about it, learning about it in a very kind of like streetwise way. So I love your story because I think it's really streetwise.
Yeah, just dived in.
Well,
Let's do it.
well, but everybody's got to start somewhere. I mean, why didn't you just go and plunk all your money in Bitcoin? Right? You took a real sort of street fighter sort of approach and said, you know what, I'm going to go out and buy the cheapest thing I possibly can because then I know at least the downside's relatively limited. And I'm just going to watch and wait for the opportunity. And like you said, you waited and then pounced, just like your little tiger image.
I think that was Infinite Coin. In my first exchange, it was Cryptsy. Boom.
Yeah. Hope you didn't leave any coins on there.
Oh, I
left you on there.
I seen it happening before it happened, and I had about 30 different currencies on there. I got about 16 moved before they totally shut everything down.
I think I was down to about 4 or 5, the ones that I just couldn't find homes for anywhere else.
I still got like 250,000 gigabyte on there.
No. Well,
yeah.
So yeah, if anything, you should, and you and I both, we should try and be a part of some sort of class action suit.
Yeah. Well, if I see any scams, I'm gonna put them out there. I'm gonna get my proof. I'm gonna have my proof. I'm gonna put them out there.
Okay.
Because they're hurting. You know what's going on. You know, they're making it bad for the people that are enjoying it. And it's really sick. I lost.
The sad part about it, Joe, and I don't even think you realize it. I mean, even before you sort of came to me, you had a skill inherently in you that like 90%, 90, maybe even 95% of the population, they just don't possess that skill. And they want to be a part of the market, and they want to be a trader, and they want to be, make money from trading, but they just don't have the skills. And quite often, unfortunately, in this world, it's really easy to go down the Carpellus. The what was the Coinage guy? The what was his name again?
Rob?
Name. Anyway, I can't remember just off the top of my head. Alex would know. Anyway, it's easy to go down sort of the dark path. And when I worked in the stock market, God, it was so easy. There were so many opportunities. Did I ever tell you guys? I'm sure I did. The story of Azim, the broker, who used to hide under his desk when the margin vice president of margin would come down to the bullpen looking for all the bad accounts to get them cleaned up. Did I ever tell you guys that story? Anyway, a broker buddy of mine, and a lot of broker guys, they would, let guys open up accounts, buy stock and never pay for it, right? And of course, the compliance guys all come running around, huffing around, and the brokers, they would literally. And there's one guy, and now the irony of it all is the guy owns his own fucking brokerage house now. So he's on the other side of the equation now. But I remember distinctly, Azim used to literally go into his office very quietly, right, very nonchalant, like not make a ruckus, lock the door, pull the shade down, get under his desk. and the little vice president, the firm, there's one firm that I worked for. I won't say the name, but anyway, it was a family-owned firm, and there were three brothers that ran it, and one brother was like the sort of face of the firm, and then another brother was like the margin control guy, and he was just a little scrapper dude, right? And he would come storming down in the bullpen. Hey, where's Azim? Hey, has anybody ever seen Azim? Where the hell is that bastard, right? And you knew exactly what was on his mind. And 10 minutes later, out comes Azim. Is he gone yet? Is he gone? Oh, I swear, you can't write better fiction than reality. You really can't. One day I'll write a book about all my adventures in the stock market. And I think I told you, I think Da Vinci's probably going to get a full chapter in it. My experiences, I think my experiences in crypto will get a full section, what do you call it? A book in the full write-up in my memoirs. You guys are going to be a great chapter, all of you guys. But anyway. All right, boys, we've been at this for a couple hours now. Shall we call it a night? Anyway, you guys are more than welcome to stick around, but I think I'm going to hop. I've talked my talk out.
Yeah, it's midnight. I mean, it's 2 o'clock here, and
boy,
2 a.m. But anyways, I wanted to look at the trade, just one last trade that I'm currently in. I put it in the chat room. You can see it there. It's trading view. I'm still in this.
You're up here. Boink.
Yeah.
Nope, that's the Canadian dollar. Oh, I don't see another.
No, not that
yeah,
far.
there it is. There. Are you out of here, Joby? Have a good night, Joby.
Good night.
What's you got here? Euro, British pound. All right. Coming into value here. Looks like we're coming up against the POC. All right.
Yeah. So I'm shorted it from not from the top there, but it looks like there was a W there. I mean an M there. So FU move to come in.
I sure love, for me, I would absolutely love to have hunted a reload zone off of this range and here against these highs and try and get short.
That's exactly what I did.
Oh, way to go.
Not off the high, but
nice. I mean, we saw gold do that. Remember when gold went shooting up there? And then we found out Druckenmiller was shorting that rally. Eh? Remember that?
Mm-hmm, yes.
And you were okay. I won't.
I know. I had like 10. I was loaded up, man. On that one, I was like, the story, right?
On that trade, didn't you?
I still made money on that trade. It just I could have made a whole lot of money, like killing.
Woulda, coulda, shouldas that get you every time.
I hate when that happens.
I was slaughtered like a pig.
Well, hey, we all were kind of in shell shock when that happened, eh? And you and Thomas were just fucking. You guys were over the top in the lounge. That was hilarious. Just watching you two. You guys were like little kids on Christmas morning.
Yes.
It was great to watch. It was a lot of fun. And I was sitting there going, I can't believe I I covered my short at my target. Well, I did what I was supposed to do, but fuck. Oh well. So, did you short this counter trend rally in here?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, that's good.
And so I'm taking profits at 0.80, I think it is.
Wow. Way down here, right?
I know. I'm like, why am I doing that?
Well,
I think I should move it up.
Here is why would you pick the 8-0 level as opposed to something like the 50% level?
Yeah, because the reason why.
Can you see the head and shoulders here, Dav?
Yeah.
So, and that's 38.2, and you can see how that's going to be the bottom of value. What's cool here is hopefully you have a hold play happening now, right? We spend a bar or two inside value. We probably got to go back down to value low, right? Which would be 38.2, which would be the POC, which would be the 200-period moving average, which would be against all of these key lows.
Mm-hmm.
And that might be, sort of your basis for a massive head and shoulders top, eh?
Yeah.
I don't know whether a target down in this area makes a heck of a lot of sense, but only time will tell. That's just my 2 cents, right? That's all it is.
I was like, okay, why do I have a target for there? Because there's like a top point there, but it doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna move it up to 38.2.
Well, I don't mind. For the level oneers, I just say live and die by the 50% level, and that is this whole high. You see that?
Yeah.
I could very easily see that get hit. Me personally, I would probably be thinking that, hey, some sort of stab into this 38.2 and the POC, and like I said, 200 SMA, that would be fine for me. And to me, just eyeballing this, that looks like you're going to do well over 2 to 1.
Yes.
So this might be an example. Bulls make money, bears make money. You know what happens to those pigs, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That and all that is my 2 cents. It doesn't mean that the market can't go down here. It can do any old damn thing it wants, right?
Yeah.
I think ultimately, we do have to come down and test these lows, which is going to be your reload zone tag, right? But very rarely. I mean, you've been working with me for a year or so now, right? How often do we see markets just literally go straight through these levels down into the reload zone?
Only on Bitcoin.
I would love to get the stock started sometime because I'm kind of interested in it now.
Well, I think you can, Joe. I think you could get a one broker account up and running fairly quickly.
I got a King's trade, but I haven't started anything on it yet.
Well, first and foremost, let's just put together a plan, right? Define what a trade actually is going to look like well ahead of the time. Because in this game, right, we can't little old lady. You got to pick your levels, you got to stick to your levels, and you just got to fucking live by the sword, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, the way that I would suggest you start with it is just take really small bets. Like, bet 5% of your account. And then that way, if the position does get stopped out against you, at worst, you lose that 5%. And just trade setups, right? Use market structure to frame your risk. I absolutely love, and it just works like a fucking charm, is when you let market structure come in, boom, then draw a reload zone after the market structure failure and just work your order against like the 78.6. Oh my God, it just works beautifully. And I've found that about 60, 70% work and about 30 up to 40 don't. And you just got to live with the results. You're not always going to be right. It's just not going to happen. So if you can live in that kind of world, 2 to 1, shoot for 60 some odd percent accuracy, and have the acumen to make sure you don't risk more than 5% of your portfolio, you know, Da Vinci, how hard of a transition was it for you to go into the trade stocks and currency?
It was difficult because I was had a aversion to them, and I felt like that if I put I felt that they were worse than exchanges, current cryptocurrency exchanges.
Right. So
With my
your
money.
attitude was more of a moral issue against fiat than the actual
No,
trade.
yeah, yeah, holding fiat was not something I wanted to do either. But I so used to trading, right? I thought, let me just put in a little bit of money. So I put in a little bit of money into a brokerage account, and I started trading, and things are looking up. I mean, my account's up, like not a whole lot, right? Like $200, but up,
Well, and that's the
right?
key is we just want to see you make positive returns.
And I've had a lot of trades. I had a lot of bad trades too.
Good. And I would imagine over time those fears of the unknown. If anything, what I want to get you to the point, Dav, is it's kind of like the Matrix in a way. I love making reference to that movie, right? You could live in the Matrix knowing that the Matrix exists and hating its existence.
Hmm.
Or like Neo, right? You could realize that you're in the Matrix, understand how it works, and take advantage of its vulnerabilities. That's where I want to get you, Da Vinci, is to the point where you know that these guys are all corrupt. You know
Hmm.
that this shit isn't worth the fucking paper that it's printed on. But that shouldn't prevent us from building wealth.
Nope, not
And
at all.
let's just take advantage of their stupidity, take advantage of their human frailties, and work the system against them. And that's what I think Druckenmiller did the other night.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, I got
And
some, I got something for you to watch out for too, because I'm not into it, but y'all might be. There's a company called Marley Natural,
Marley, MAR,
LEY Natural. Yeah,
is it a public
and
company?
they I thought they were thinking about going public. I don't know if they went public, but with the recent elections, I could see them possibly going public if they haven't yet. Natural.
That? No.
Yeah, right there.
That. Oh, stock. There you go.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So they did go.
Oh, marijuana stock.
Yeah, but these people, no, listen to this. These people right here, they are putting Marlboro did with the marijuana cigarettes. Well, they're putting this across the country in all the legal states,
Sure.
and they have permission from the Marley family to use their name on their product.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and they're gonna blow. They get any kind of root, they're gonna blow.
Doesn't look like Trading View covers them.
It's natural.
Oh, why do I keep saying national?
But yeah, I picked up on it about 8 months ago, and I've just been kind of lightly following it.
I don't. Is it? And what it was this? Marley Natural.
Oh, the rest of marijuana stocks is lit penny stock scams.
There actually is a cannabis stock index you can buy. That's hilarious.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, there is. There's a bunch of people coming out now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's going to be a growth industry, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I got a newsletter to marijuana investing companies that are coming out and coming, and I run into stuff like that. And I'm like, huh.
Yeah. In fact, who is it? We have one site member who's really big on the marijuana stocks, and he actually created a nice little index of them. I don't see any reference here, though, to this Marley National. I'm not quite sure Maybe
Go
they're
to
making
their
it.
home
Oh, wait,
page.
how do you do that where you search the browser for a specific term? You have to like go control something. You know what that is? Is it control F? Yeah, there we go.
I seen their home page in the search list.
Marley Nash. Oh, nothing's come up here. What's going on? Nothing. Oh, I didn't know. They got a homepage. Marley Natural.
Yeah, at home, right there. See what's going on.
I must be 21 years old. All right. So blog, the herb, home, show products, rise up. I don't see any reference to invest.
No, I don't see any. I know they were talking about going public. They are a private company last time, right?
Oh, okay.
Private company.
Sign up for their newsletter. Is that your girlfriend?
I wish.
Oh, you probably see chicks like that at the Peeler Club all day long.
Yeah.
No, they're like 40, 50-year-old, not so hot.
No, they be all little young, sleepy college girls.
Oh, really? Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. There's a college right down the street from
Oh, there you go, eh? I'm surprised you don't have to do like sorority events and stuff.
No, sometimes if people call me, I do. Sometimes I do bachelorette parties and stuff
There
like
you
that.
go. You're the man. You and Thomas got to hook up. Oh, man, you guys are beautiful.
Oh, hey, it makes some good money. Hey,
I'd
man,
imagine. I would imagine. And
I
really,
see-
frankly, that's not really fair of me to say that that's evil. You're just being a man. So.
I do just like they do. It's legal.
Yeah, that's right.
But I see it like
You
this.
know, you know what it is, Joe? It's my personal jealousy. That's what it is.
It's us as men has been paying women all our lives. It's time for them to start paying us back.
There you go. Damn straight. All right. Well, I'll keep an eye on them. You know, and I probably my advice would be, you know, kind of like how people build screens where you can buy a stock if the S&P 500 is trending higher. I wouldn't be surprised if you could actually use an index like this as sort of like the general sentiment towards marijuana coins. And when this thing is trending higher, that's when you want to pull the trigger. Where the hell did that index go? I thought I saw it. Here it is.
8 out of 9 states legalized during elections.
Whoa, which is the one that voted it down? That's
It was Arizona, and I was very shocked. Like I called 5
Arizona's
states.
pretty conservative, eh?
I called 5 out of 9 states, but when I see 8, I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, and it doesn't surprise me. You know, like Arizona usually goes very conservative.
Yeah, but they're already medical.
Yeah, well,
That's what threw everybody. They're like they're already medical. What are they doing?
okay. Let's see if we can find this index on TradingView.
All right, guys, I'm gonna hop. Bedtime.
All right. Take
Alrighty.
care. Nice chatting with you tonight.
Nice talking to you guys.
Nice talking to you.
All right.
Bud. I'm not getting anything for this. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, nothing's coming up. I'm just gonna go there. Well, no, nothing. Well, these guys don't cover it. That's too bad.
Yeah.
75 publicly traded companies. That would be a really good index to watch.
I
Maybe-
have an index. Somebody keeps emailing me of all the marijuana stocks that are coming out. Maybe I'll pop one open one day and see what's inside.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind if there's actually like a stock index that you could actually get on TradingView. I would love that. That would be awesome.
Okay.
Good old Buttcoin's going into face rip mode here.
Yeah, I noticed that. I noticed that one of my exchanges, it was like back under 600 or back under 700.
Yeah, well, actually, we just did this for the level 2s, right? This spread relationship is really not happy whatsoever. So we should have been expecting this.
But you know what?
Well, look at that. So the futures, is that the, yeah. Oh, Phoenix. Phoenix is already back under 700 now.
Yeah.
What are the futures doing? Oh, yeah, look at the futures are 690 now. Oh, no, that's stamp. Where the hell are the damn futures?
And I got to buy at 680.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, Chief, I think I'm going to hop. I got to go to the bathroom. So,
All right. I got to go work in